Hello everybody and welcome to Sunkissed Reactions. My name is Courtney. Today we're going to be getting into My Hero Academia, Season 5, Episode 15. Now I know on the last video I kept saying Episode 13 when in fact it was Episode 14. I didn't actually realize that I was saying the wrong episode until I started watching a couple reactions to that episode that I just watched, and I was like, wait a minute, I thought it was 13. But no, in fact, I was wrong. It's 14. For some reason I wrote it down wrong. I don't know. But whatever. I know it's last episode was 14. This is 15. Last we left off, we had Dabi talking with Hawks. We had Hawks talking with Best Jeanist. We had the kids, the three, Todoroki, Bakugo, and Deku going to Endeavor's agency to see how he works. That Liberation, what is it called? The Meta Liberation War book came up again. Not sure what that has to do with anything, but there was a clue in it, and the clue said the enemy is the Liberation Army. They number over 100,000, and they are coming into action in 4 months. We have 4 months, guys. That means like what? 4 more seasons? We're good. No, I'm just kidding. So let's figure out what that all means. This is episode 15. I'm saying it right. I know. One thing at a time. So let's get this episode started. Yay! Oh yeah, he had those trackers on his wings, right?
I'm spreading the good liberation word. We noticed that you've been passing this book out to heroes.
This like Count Dracula guy.
It's obvious that you not only read it, you truly understand Destro. You're someone who gets us. Gee, thanks. Teach me some
Twice.
Happy to. But you catch on fast. You're like a walking billboard. With your help, liberation ideology will spread. Happy you're on our side. Happy to be here.
So this is a League of Villains. I see half of them there. I don't know who these guys are though.
Meanwhile, we're starting to influence the next generation of heroes.
Oh my gosh,
Really? That's a coincidence. UA students haven't grown all that much. Well, yeah. You are talking about a bunch of high schoolers. You may go, Hawks. I've trained to intercept the smallest pieces of intelligence. I can hear you.
Spinner, are things going to plan?
Yeah, we just gotta keep the troop morale up.
The fun is gonna start pretty soon. 4 months from now, boom. Everything is destroyed, and Tomura will ruin this world.
How many heroes are involved in this plot?
Yeah, man.
What exactly is Shigaraki planning to do? I don't have much access to speak of.
Crazy sideburns that guy's got.
The room is closed. It's hard for me to hear from far away. By the time I've got details, it'll be too late.
Before that, I'll send a signal.
Okay.
If we just surrounded this place, we could probably take them. No, that wouldn't help much. I need solid numbers of how many serve the Liberation Army, and the names of the heroes helping them so they can all be rounded up at once. If we don't do it that way, we will lose the enemies we can't see.
More manpower. Is that the reason you've summoned me?
Yes. Train your work study students thoroughly. Endeavor.
The work studies are to prepare for an attack.
Oh, jeez.
And I wasn't so sure about the work study thing. If we fail, the safety of the country falls to our students.
Shoto, Deku, Bakugo. I'll look after you three myself.
I'm glad you're underestimating them. It was worth stealing their glory to them. I'm positive they could have handled things if I hadn't shown up. No sweat. Seeing you try so hard to improve changed how I view students, Tsukiyomi. I'm glad you're the one who came to my agency.
I I need to know what some of these heroes can do. Because what was that? A toothpaste bottle head? That's what it looked like. Yeah, roll out. Boom, 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 boom.
Deckard, Bakugo, before we begin, tell me about yourselves.
I want to perform at my fullest, but to do that, I'll need to gain better control over my power.
Your quirk is so strong that it hurts you. Is that right?
Yes. I've learned to control it enough that I don't usually injure myself. Recently,
There's this thing that pops out of my arm. I'm so annoyed.
Show me.
Oh. Okay.
If I concentrate, I can release the small amount I can handle.
Black whip.
Explain your power.
It seems flexible like a whip and could be super versatile. I want to
Yeah,
turn
it's
this
for
thing into a useful
capture,
weapon.
right?
I guess the truth is I'm trying to see if I can figure out how to control it at will, the same way I learned to do with air force. In my current state, I can only tolerate maintaining a certain amount of power. My baseline is about 10 to 15%, but air force needs around 20%, so I go a little over. Does that all make sense to you? I can just
Bakugo is so annoyed.
You talk so much, I totally lost the thread.
Quite the self-analysis.
Part, you're saying that you want to be able to constantly adjust power levels when you're fighting?
Yes!
You understood him. No wonder you're number one, sir.
You, your turn.
That's nice.
I'm only here to figure out what I can't do. That's the real question.
I got an ego on that one.
You don't even know. I like her.
I've been able to do everything I ever wanted thanks to my explosion power. Over the last year, I've learned a few things. Like having raw power doesn't make you truly strong.
I like that. Instead of doing an actual flashback, it's like little
I showed up to
pictures.
figure out what will make me even better to surpass you.
Very well.
Reminds me of somebody like me.
What about me? I poured all the training you beat into me as a kid towards strengthening my right side.
Beat
I
into
focused
me.
on perfecting my ice. After entering UA and spending time with these guys, competing and fighting, my eyes were opened. I'm gonna do exactly what you wanted me to. But I want you to know this. The pro I've always admired is the person I watched on TV.
All Might.
While sitting beside Mom. This is my choice, not yours. The only reason I came to this place is to use you. I came because it's beneficial for me, number one.
Right. Very well.
I'm here to use you. I like that.
You'll learn by joining me in the field. My policy is to tackle all three. I know every corner of my jurisdiction and stop the smallest disturbances. Parallel processing and swift response. Make that the norm.
Parallel processing.
Remember what your goal is. This winter, I want you to show me that you can capture a villain faster than me just once.
Whoa.
You respond so fast.
At least all of their quirks
Age 15.
have an element of speed to them,
Run toward him. I was
since he can basically fly like Iron Man.
Got it.
He never stopped accelerating.
Looks like a little present Mike. Jeez.
Bakugo, did you notice that?
There's nothing you could have possibly noticed that I didn't catch before you. But let's go ahead and hear it.
This guy.
He used those flames to propel himself and up his speed. He probably compressed the move to drive himself forward. I can only see it because I have the same quirk as him. It's about controlling the flames.
The old man's just copying my explosion. How are you just now noticing that, Icy Hot?
Yeah, guess it took me a while to figure it out.
By emitting flames to intimidate the suspect, he kept him from fleeing toward the highway.
Jeez.
Leave
Yep.
this to us.
Dash.
But that was an exception. Top heroes need to be able to handle everything by themselves. It's true that your movements are fast. You're pretty good. For a rookie, anyway. But what should be plainly obvious is that you can't beat me at your current level. If you don't make it in time, you don't get a bad grade. People don't come home.
Jeez. You stop a car?
Damn, are you
Damn.
Store up your power. Condense it, then fire. Be able to release your maximum output in one flash, or with focused precision.
Oh, I guess that's the driver.
Until you can do one of those things without thinking about it. I want you to improve your precision. You're able to control the shape of your eyes to a certain extent already. Try doing the same with your flares. But keep practicing until Air Force is second nature to you. Forget about the new power for now. People learn using parallel processing every day without realizing it. Take the man behind the wheel of that car. He wasn't born knowing how to drive. Turning the wheel, pressing the gas and brake pedals, noting his surroundings. He learned to do those things individually, and then eventually learned to do them reflexively. No matter how strong a power you may have, its foundation is built on a steady accumulation of skills. Even if you're using some of the same concepts you learned at school, real-world experience is completely different. Don't forget what you picked up in class, or get used to being out here. Because this is real life.
But I won't give up.
What? Don't worry if you're up to it yet. Whether the three of you fail or succeed is absolutely no reflection on the work of the #1 hero.
I learn everything there is. One thing at a time. I'll go beyond.
Plus Ultra. Okay. My Hero Academia, episode 15. One thing at a time. It was pretty much it was kind of a two-part episode. The beginning, it dealt with Hawks with the League of Villains. And he is like, I mean, we all know he's infiltrating, right? So he is leaving like his feathers behind because they've got those little transmitters. He can hear them in his little headphone things that he has on. And then the second half of that, I mean, that's interesting. They keep kind of, they've repeated, I think a lot of this was pretty much, I mean, we haven't seen Hawks actually speak in like the same room with the League of Villains. I mean, we've seen him with Dobby, we've heard him on the phone with Dobby, but this time he was actually, I don't know where Shigaraki was. He wasn't at that meeting. But I mean, Spinner was there, Toga was there, Twice was there, Dobby was there. I think Mr. Compress was there, and then there were some other people that I just didn't recognize. I'm assuming it's the ones from the opening. That Count Dracula looking guy. He seemed to be like the leader of that meeting that Hawks was there. And I don't know. So there were some other guys in shadow, and then there was some. He wanted to go down the elevator, and the guys were like, "No, you can't come in here." And he's like, "All right, whatever." But I don't know where it's going yet. I mean, I'm assuming that eventually we're going to fast forward to these 4 months. So until then, I guess it's just, I don't know, we're waiting. I mean, we saw the moment that he learned that they were going to be acting in 4 months because he had left his feather there in the door, which, I don't know, it's a red feather in a door. It seems pretty obvious, but I don't know, maybe it's less obvious than what it just kind of looked like, but whatever. So then the second half of the episode was the kids at the Endeavor Agency again and going on a little training mission, basically, for their work study with Endeavor. And he was asking, Deku and Bakugo about what they can and can't do, what's your strengths, what's your weaknesses. And Deku, did he really give us strength? I can't remember. But I know he's like, yeah, this is my quirk, da da da. And then there's this new thing that I can do, kind of. there's this black whip stuff that comes out of my body, and he says that he thinks it would be good. I can't remember. I know I said it in the reaction, but I don't know if he said it. Because I remember the fifth wielder saying it, that it was good for restraint. So, but he doesn't know how to control it, so he can't really use it. He can't rely on it yet. I do want to know. I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me, because I haven't been able to go back and watch, and I probably won't until at least the season's over. Those gloves that he has, I don't know if those little things on his knuckles are new, but that's where like the black whip was coming from. Did like we not see the gadget girl? What's her name? Hatsume? Is that her name? Support girl? Did she make those for him? Are those new, or were those always there? Because that's pretty spot on if those are not new. But I only paid attention to him today because that little tiny black whip thing came out of it. So I don't know. It's pretty cool that if those are new. If not, then they've become useful. He also did talk about Air Force is what he used against Gentle Criminal. And he says that he needs 20% to really use it effectively. And right now he's only maxing at like 15%. So he's got to work on that. So hopefully by the end of the season, he can get there, or at least really start to get to 20%. I feel like he's been at such a low percentage, obviously, this entire time, and I wonder how progressive it's going to be, especially now knowing that he needs to pretty much master one for all, and before he can start using the other quirks. There's 6 more, so there's going to be 7 total plus one for all that he's going to end up having to master by the end of the series, I'm sure. So yeah, we'll see where that goes and how long it takes him. Hopefully not too long to at least master one for all, because if what he said was the case, that I need to master one for all first, who knows how long it can be before that happens, and then before he can really start using the other quirks. I don't want them to take like 15 seasons, until we can master one for all and then start using this other stuff. And then you got to master those. And I get it. This is probably going to be the next One Piece, which is fine, I guess. I like the show. Sometimes the pacing can be really slow, but a lot of things happen at the same time. It's a little weird. And then, of course, they just were following Endeavor for the rest of the episode, and on his little, what do you call it? I don't know. My mind went blank. Anyway, so they're just following him around, and he was saving people, and he was talking about parallel processing and that how it's like driving a car, and it's like you got to teach yourself, and then by the time you end up being able to do several things at one time, it'll just become second nature and stuff like that. So I didn't write her name down, and I forgot her quirk name, but the chick with the green flame hair, I like her. She was fun. She could give it right back to Bakugo, and that's exciting. a lot of people have. So yeah, it was a great episode. I'm really enjoying this season. I feel like it's really going to pick up here very soon and till the end of the season, and I'm very excited. And I hope you guys are excited as well. And thank you guys so much for watching. And if you want to see more, you can watch the full uncut and early reactions up on Patreon at patreon.com/sunkissedreactions. Link is in the description below. You can see full length and get up to 4 weeks early access up on Patreon of all shows that I'm doing. And there's also a movie reaction up there. Demon Slayer Mugen Train is up there. And I'm hoping to be able to do those once a month, but those are only going to be on Patreon, unfortunately. But you can see more of My Hero if you want right now, up to the next 4 episodes. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have for this episode. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And as always, I hope to see you guys on the next video. Bye.